The March of Dimes was established by FDR to fight polio.
President Franklin Roosevelt's personal struggle with polio led him to create the National Foundation for Infantile Paralysis at a time when polio was on the rise. Better known as the March of Dimes, the program established a polio patient aid program and funded research for vaccines developed by Jonas Salk and Albert Sabin. These vaccines effectively ended the epidemic polio in the United States. Its original mission accomplished, the foundation turned its focus to preventing birth defects and infant mortality. The March of Dimes has led the way to discovering the genetic causes of birth defects, to promote newborn screening, and to educate medical professionals and the public on the best practices for healthy pregnancies. Every year, more than 500,000 babies are born too soon in the United States. Our country's premature birth rate has risen by 36% over the last 25 years. That's a serious cause for concern. Premature birth costs society more than $26 billion a year and takes a high toll on families. Premature birth is the #1 killer of newborns. In 2003, the March of Dimes launched the Prematurity Campaign to address the crisis and help families have full-term healthy babies. Babies born early may have more health problems at birth and later in life than those born later. Being pregnant 39 weeks gives your baby's body all the time it needs to grow. Here's why your baby needs 39 weeks. Important organs like the brain, lungs, and liver get the time they need to develop. Full-term babies are less likely to have vision and hearing problems after birth. Babies have more time to gain weight in the womb. Babies born at a healthy weight have an easier time staying warm than babies born too small. Babies can suck and swallow and stay awake long enough to eat after they are born. Babies born early sometimes can't do these things.
Working with their partners, the March of Dimes strives to develop and implement local programs that will ultimately improve the health of babies. Through their network of chapters and volunteers, these programs reach over 1 million people across the country and Puerto Rico each year. They provide information and services designed to prevent premature birth and birth defects and to promote healthy pregnancies. In 1963, First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy gave birth to son Patrick Kennedy, 5.5 weeks premature. Patrick only survived 39 hours due to what was then the most common cause of death among premature infants in the United States, hyaline membrane disease, also known as respiratory distress syndrome. The term hyaline refers to a glassy membrane that can form in the air sacs of premature infants, impeding their ability to extract oxygen from inhaled air. Due to much of the work and research that March of Dimes has done, had Patrick Kennedy been born today, he would have had a much better chance of survival. We now have many successful treatments for this disease, such as surfactant replacement therapy, breathing support from a ventilator, and oxygen therapy. These treatments have saved thousands of lives, including one of our own Auburn High School students.
My name's Sumners. I'm 18 years old and I was born 3 months premature. I was born November 30th, 1995, and my birth weight was 2 pounds, 6 ounces. Since I was born 12 weeks early, my lungs were not fully developed, and I spent my first 3 months in the hospital. A couple of years later, the Alabama representative for March of Dimes asked my parents if I'd be the ambassador for 1996 and 1997. The work and research that March of Dimes has done is what saved my life and the lives of many others. Thankfully, my family was able to afford the care that I needed, but there are many families out there who cannot afford the same for their children.
My name is Joe Sumners. I'm Tucker's dad, and Tucker was born on November the 30th, 1995, and he was 3 months early. Normal babies are with their mom for 40 weeks before they're born. Tucker made it 28 before he was born, so he was born very early. He weighed 2 pounds and 6 ounces, and he spent the first about 2.5 months of his life at UAB Hospital in Birmingham in the neonatal unit, where he got better and stronger and finally came home. But the March of Dimes is an organization that had a lot to do with Tucker making it become a healthy 18-year-old high school senior now. The March of Dimes was created in 1938 under the leadership of President Roosevelt, who himself was a victim of polio. And March of Dimes was created to fight polio, and in about 20 years they accomplished their mission, and polio was eradicated in the United States. And so the March of Dimes then looked for another mission, and they focused on birth defects, and later turned to also looking at premature births and low birth weight babies. And so that's what they've been doing. They've done research and helped families of premature births. And so their research and things they've done have had a lot to do with helping Tucker grow up and being a young, healthy, strong young adult.
Hello, my name is Lynn Sumners, and I'm Tucker Sumners' mother. He was born 12 weeks early, and it was a very, very scary time in our lives. At that time, I worked for Regions Bank, and I was their connection to the March of Dimes. When they found out that I had a premature baby, they wanted to know more about it, and they investigated. At that time, Tucker was less than 2 years old. So they asked us, could Tucker be the ambassador for the March of Dimes for the walk? It was a very humbling experience. We appreciated it very much. They created a t-shirt with his name on it, Walk for Tucker. It really helped the community to know someone that the March of Dimes had actually helped. And it meant a lot to his father and I that he was the ambassador. Then the second year they asked us again. So we had 2 very great years of him being the ambassador for the March of Dimes, and it was all because they found out we had a premature baby, and their drug surfactant had helped him live. We are so proud to have someone like the March of Dimes that can do research and help these babies that are born so prematurely live.
Auburn High School's FBLA chapter realizes that this is a serious and life-threatening problem, so they have made it their mission every year to raise money and awareness for March of Dimes and premature birth. To get students involved and excited about this issue, Auburn's FBLA chapter has joined together with Opelika's FBLA chapter to create a competition between the 2 rival schools. The school that raises the most money gets awarded a special plaque at the Auburn-Opelika game.
Hi, I'm Caroline Harrison, and I'm the Vice President of FBLA, Auburn High School's Future Business Leaders America Association. And this year, like every year, we've been raising money for March of Dimes, which raises money to increase awareness about premature babies and mothers' health. This year we've competed by doing the business class competitions, where they competed to see who could raise more money, and the class that won got donuts. And we've raised money during lunches and before the Auburn-Opelika game, where we competed against Opelika to see who could raise the most money. And Auburn won this year, actually, and we received an award on the field right before the game started, so that's really exciting. So we've been just working really hard to try and raise awareness about this great cause, and hopefully to continue throughout the year so that we can help them, to help all those mothers out there and babies that need help.
Hi, my name is Jordan Farrell, and I'm the president of FBLA this year. And at the Opelika game, it was announced that Auburn beat Opelika, raising money for March of Dimes. It means a lot to our chapter this year because we worked so hard to get a committee together and plan events to raise money for the competition. At the Opelika game, I got the honor of being able to deliver the check to the Alabama representative for March of Dimes. I was also presented with a plaque for the Auburn High School chapter. It was exciting to be on the field with the president from Opelika and give the check to the representative to deliver to the nation headquarters for the witness of March of Dimes.
If you would like more information on March of Dimes or would like to make a donation, visit www.marchofdimes.com or speak with any Auburn High School FBLA member.